She tapping out again. She's quitting on her team again. The facts was she had not finished any season. Her rookie year with the Sky, she tapped out. She did not finish with Unrivaled. She tapped out, didn't even show up to the playoff games.
Angel Reese is delusional if she doesn't think that her teammates, don't see what's going on and probably despise her. Because we heard, man, earlier this season.
Okay, so Angel Reese, she's basically having a total meltdown after the Chicago Sky suspended her. And honestly, you can practically hear it from here. It's like she's gone from this hyped player to the league's biggest letdown, all because of these super sketchy injuries and just skipping major rivalry games.
That's it. I've done what I had to do. I don't need to stick around for all this losing. She's been saying her back hurts. Nobody knows anything about the injury. Nobody knows.
Now fans are seriously wondering, is Reese even still a basketball player, or is she just, another Instagram influencer promoting sneakers and stuff?
You can constantly post on Instagram what you're doing. You can constantly post on Instagram your fashion. Like, you could constantly do all of these things where you need your back, except use it on the basketball court.
Listen, remember when Angel Reese first came into the WNBA? Everyone thought she was going to be this once-in-a-generation superstar. She was supposed to be the Bayou Barbie, right? The one who'd just carry the Chicago Sky into a whole new era. That's what all the hype was saying. But here's the reality. She's kind of become Meltdown Barbie now, and not in a good way. The franchise literally put everything into her, plastered her face everywhere, called her the future of the team, and now fans are just sitting there asking the same exact question. Does she even want to play basketball anymore? Because honestly, it looks like she cares more about Instagram filters than actually winning playoff games.
And then this season, post All-Star break, it seemed like that is all she cared about. She realized this team stinks. Tyler Marsh is a bum. Jeff P's a bum. They all stink. I'm not taking that away from her.
So let's just talk about this whole back injury thing. It's honestly the most mysterious injury we've seen in the league. Like, we're talking Bigfoot sighting mysterious. She's been listed as day-to-day for weeks now, but we haven't gotten a single medical update. Nothing at all. No MRIs, no rehab videos, no timetable, not even a scribbled doctor's note on a napkin. Just total silence. Meanwhile, the Chicago Sky are just completely rotting at the bottom of the standings, chilling with a glorious 8-24 record.
That Angel Reese basically quit on the team. That's how I feel. That's an opinion. Not factual. It looks like it. I think that they are probably not too pleased with her.
They were literally eliminated from playoff contention back in June. Do you even know how bad you have to be for your season to be completely dead before summer even truly hits? And while all this disaster was unfolding, Angel Reese wasn't suiting up, wasn't helping out, wasn't even pretending to care. So what was she doing? Oh, Instagram posts, Reebok promo shoots, showing off fashion fits, basically anything and everything except playing basketball. People wanted leadership from her, and instead we got a disappearing act, usually in designer clothes.
No matter what, the Chicago Sky will not make it to the playoffs. So whether you show up now or later or earlier, you had to miss enough games so that the blame could not be on you.
Plus, the league tried so hard to sell us this whole rivalry, right? Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. Two faces of the league, head to head, a battle of the new generation. But seriously, how can you even be someone's rival if you're just never around? Look at Clark. She's transparent, she's accountable. When she's hurt, she's on the bench. She's encouraging her team, leading huddles, giving updates. Reese, she just vanished. Honestly, she's not a rival. She's more like a rumor at this point.
Especially when Angel Reese is missing these blown layups that literally are costing them games, making all these terrible plays, refusing to pass the ball because she's so bent on keeping up with Caitlin Clark. She's putting she's grabbing the ball and putting it back up.
What's crazy is, this isn't even new for her. This whole injury excuse factory she's got going on, it's been running exactly on schedule for 3 years now. You could literally set your watch by it. Think about her rookie year in 2023. Things started getting tough. Caitlin Clark began pulling away in the Rookie of the Year race, and then boom, suddenly Angel's wrist was hurt. So
we start calling it out. Hey, are you quitting again? It appears you're quitting again just because your team not good. Just like rookie year, once you realize you stood no chance to win Rookie of the Year, you quit.
She just couldn't finish the season. How super convenient, right? Then came the Unrivaled League. This was supposed to be her huge chance to really shine, to put her name all over a new platform. And what happened? She completely ghosted right before the championship game. She didn't just skip playing, she didn't even show up in street clothes to support her team. And get this, they went on to win without her anyway. So much for being the face of the franchise.
Tyler Marsh is a bum. Jeff P's a bum. They all stink. I'm not taking that away from her. I'm not blaming her for the higher-ups being trash and the roster being
horrible. And now here we are in 2025, new season, but the same exact disappearing act. This time the excuse is a back injury. And guess when it showed up? Right when the Sky were spiraling down to dead last. The timing, honestly, couldn't be more suspicious, even if she announced it with a clock ticking in the background. And let's look at the numbers, okay? She's only played 3 games in 4 weeks. Just 3 games, and the Sky lost every single one of them, each by an average of 18 points. That's not just losing, that's getting absolutely destroyed. You'd think someone hyped as the face of the team would actually want to show up and try to fix things. But nope. She just sat out, kept that day-to-day designation, and kept her Instagram stories rolling. She's injured, right?
Right, always injured. It was the wrist, and then rivalry, it was something else. And now, guys, it was her back, well, her leg, then her back.
And seriously, don't even get me started on the whole travel situation. She just flat out refused to travel with the Sky for those rivalry games against the Indiana Fever. You know, the team with Caitlin Clark, the one the entire league has circled on their calendars. These are the matchups that actually draw in fans, the ones that truly matter. But Angel Reese just didn't bother, didn't suit up, didn't even sit on the bench, didn't clap from the sidelines. Yet somehow, she had no problem traveling for All-Star Weekend or for sneaker launches. It's like her injury is allergic to charter flights with teammates, but it's perfectly fine for brand deals and photo ops. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark had a totally legit groin injury, the kind you could actually trace back to a specific play on the court, and she was still traveling, still sitting with her team, still leading huddles. That's what a true professional looks like. Angel Reese? She looks like the complete opposite.
What makes it even worse, guys, she comes back and she says, I want to hoop. Meaning like, okay, I'm done with this, with all of this play around stuff. I think that I'm bored now. I actually miss being on the court. I want to hoop. I want to put on the shorts that.
And now, on top of all that, we've got this whole lawsuit drama hanging over everything. Reports are actually saying the Chicago Sky sued her for abandoning the team mid-season. They sued their own supposed franchise player. Do you know how pathetic things have to get for your team to literally take you to court? That's not just drama, that's a full-blown soap opera. And her teammates? They're allegedly so fed up, they've got separate group chats that completely exclude her. Just imagine being so toxic that your own team doesn't even want you in the text thread. That's not leadership, that's a huge red flag waving right in your face.
And Angel Reese, feeding into this villain narrative, painted a bigger target on her back that she did not necessarily need. Angel Reese could have went a completely different route.
Even the front office just couldn't keep quiet about this. The GM went public, flat out saying he needed to see more from their superstar player. And let's be real here, when your boss goes on record basically begging you to do your job, that's about as embarrassing as it gets. And it's not like this criticism is coming out of nowhere. Legends of the game see it too. Lisa Leslie herself actually ranked Reese as a C-tier talent, especially compared to Caitlin Clark's A-tier. That's Hall of Fame judgment right there. That's not just some random troll on Twitter.
But this is what Angel Reese wanted. She wanted to be the villain. They don't just watch the WNBA because of one player, that one player being the Caucasian chick, Caitlin Clark. They watch it because of me too.
And fans aren't blind either, you know? They've definitely noticed the Sky actually look better when she's not playing. They're faster, more energetic. The ball actually moves around instead of getting stuck in those forced post-ups. Guards are running plays. The wings are cutting harder. The bench is getting involved. The whole team just seems to breathe easier without having to constantly feed one ego possession after possession. That's the harsh truth. The team runs so much smoother without their supposed star. Reese's absence has really turned into a classic case of addition by subtraction.
After the game, she said it was ugly, very ugly for me, but I tried to push through as much as I could for my teammates because I know they need me out there. Okay, it's not clear what the disconnect is between Reese and the organization, but her comments revealed that the recovery process did not go smooth.
So she was hyped as the Bayou Barbie, but she's quickly become Meltdown Barbie, right? She's hiding behind what looks like the most suspicious back injury we've ever seen, while her team crashed to an 8-24 record and got knocked out of playoff contention back in June. She's only played 3 games in 4 weeks, and all of those were losses, each by about 18 points. She refuses to travel with her team for rivalry games, but somehow she's happy to show up for sneaker launches. She's been sued by her own team, basically shaded by her own GM, and probably getting side-eyed by her teammates in group chat she's not even in. Lisa Leslie even called her C-tier, and now fans are saying the Sky are actually way better off without her just clogging up the offense. Oh, and the cherry on top? She still tries to act like she's Caitlin Clark's equal.
Exactly what's going on because they could not find anything, right? Maybe the MRI came back and they was like, we don't see anything. Maybe, just maybe, anybody who knows sports, anybody with a set of eyeballs at work, could see that Angel Reese was full of it.
Angel Reese, honestly, she spends more time promoting her sneakers than she does actually lacing them up to play. That's not even an exaggeration. She hyped up her Reebok sneaker launch back in September like it was the second coming of Michael Jordan's Air Jordans. Yeah, you heard that right. Angel Reese actually compared her own shoes to Jordan's. A player averaging 14 points on the worst team in the league thinks she's in the same sentence as the GOAT. At this point, it's not just delusion, it's pure comedy. And where did she take this whole circus? To Indiana, not to face Caitlin Clark on the court, where the matchup could have actually meant something. No, she went there to stage a Reebok promo stunt right in Clark's backyard. Forget basketball. Reese is clearly more interested in sneaker stunts than actual rivalry games.
WNBA got rid of Liz Campbell, who is far more better than Angel Reese. I don't get what Angel Reese has over the WNBA. I don't get what Angel Reese has over the organization. But if they were smart, they would do what they needed to do.
And the cherry on top, she only even returned to the lineup when her grandma showed up. That's right, not for the fans, not for her teammates, and definitely not for the Chicago Sky, who were totally drowning at 8-25. No, she just magically healed when grandma was in the stands ready for a family photo op. And once that was done, poof, she was back to disappearing. At this point, honestly, someone should just hire her PR team because they clearly know how to time her appearances for maximum drama and minimum effort. Meanwhile, on the court, when she actually does bother to play, it's the same old story. She's obsessed with keeping that double-double Barbie image alive. She's forcing rebounds, chucking up putbacks, and just chasing stats like they mean something. But let's be real, nobody cares about rebounds when your team is losing by 25 or 30 points every single night. The Sky are getting blown out, while Reese is just padding her box score like it's gonna save her legacy. Fans aren't stupid though. They totally see through it. That's why they're roasting her with nicknames like Vanishing Barbie and Me-Bound Clown. It's brutal, but it's true. She's clearly prioritizing clout and brand image over actual wins.
Angel Reese, in my opinion, has been given a lot of time and opportunities to show the world that she can indeed play basketball. And for her to be labeled as the best player on the team really says a lot about the roster.
And here's where the contrast just becomes hilarious, right? When you look at Caitlin Clark head-to-head, the numbers speak way louder than any PR stunt. The Indiana Fever are 7-1 against the Chicago Sky over the last 2 seasons, including a perfect 4-0 this year alone. That's not a rivalry, that's a complete beatdown. It's literally Clark dunking Reese's reputation straight into the trash. Every single time they play, the Fever walk away with the win, and Reese just walks away with another excuse.
She wanted to be the villain. They don't just watch the WNBA because of one player, that one player being the Caucasian chick, Caitlin Clark. They watch it because of Me Too. Me Too, right? It says here that after the game,
she said, "It was ugly, and it's not just about the scoreboard either. When the Fever and Sky went head-to-head in primetime on ABC, the game only drew 1.3 million viewers. You'd think with all the hype that number would just skyrocket, right? But no, it was actually the lowest rated matchup since both Clark and Reese entered the league. And you know what that says? Without Clark carrying all that hype, nobody is really tuning in just for Angel Reese. The league can push this rivalry all they want, but fans have already decided who truly matters. Clark is the big draw, and Reese, she's just the drama. And look at how both of them carry themselves. Clark plays through injuries, Clark signs autographs, Clark embraces fans and makes herself available. Reese, though? She skips games, hides behind those vague injuries, ignores fans, and only shows up for photo ops when a camera's ready. The media narrative is already set in stone. Clark is the fighter, Reese is the faker, and in sports, perception is literally everything. Clark is building trust for the WNBA, while Reese is kind of just eroding it every single time her name pops up next to the words day to day.